Chapter 3: Computer Virus. Security is one of the major concerns of any computer system. Computers play a critical role in all aspects of our lives. Almost all major activities are now dependent on computers. The threat to computer systems is therefore increasing as well. The biggest challenge is to protect and preserve the integrity of the data and information. Computer processors, malware attacks, and cyber terrorism have become so prevalent these days. The following points ensure the data integrity of any computer system. No one may change or modify the data without proper permission. External programs cannot access data unless allowed. Sensitive information must be protected from malicious software or intruders. No personal data shall be disclosed under any circumstances. Any software that causes damage to the data and information or hampers the normal functioning of a system is classified as perverse software. Malware. Malware is a combination of two terms, malicious and software. Malicious means harmful. The term malware is collectively used to refer to various kinds of unsolicited, harmful, or intrusive software such as virus, trojans, worms, adware, spyware, and many more. Malware are software that are deliberately designed to cause various harms to a computer, such as disturbing its normal functioning, to destroy, stealing, delete sensitive data or information, monitoring users' computer activities without their knowledge. Because files are shared between computers on a network, they are vulnerable to viruses, worms, trojans, and many more. In this chapter, you will learn about a few common types of malware. Virus. The computer virus is a type of malicious program that replicates itself and inserts its own code when executed on a computer. Once executed, it infects other files and software stored in the computer system and spreads rapidly, resulting in the device crash. The full form of virus is Vital Information Resources Under Siege. How does virus spread? The virus can attach itself to any type of file and spread when the infected file reaches another computer. A virus enters into a computer without the knowledge of a user. People unknowingly spread computer virus by sharing infected files, sending attachments that contain virus, or using secondary storage devices such as flash drives. It can also spread easily through internet download. There are different types of computer viruses and each can infect your device in different ways. They can be categorized based on their origin, spreading capabilities, storage location, files they infect, and destructive abilities. Let us dig a little deeper and see how virus works. Types of virus. Let us now learn about the different types of computer virus. Boot sector virus. It is a type of virus that infects the master boot record (MBR) of the storage device. Any media, bootable or not, can trigger this virus. This virus injects its own code into the hard disk partition table. When a computer reads the disk during booting, it then gets into the main memory and infects the system. Disk Killer, Brain, Stoned, and Michelangelo are examples of boot virus. Nowadays, the operating system includes boot virus protection. Boot virus is very rare now. Program or file virus. A type of virus that infects executable program files such as .exe, .com, and .bin. When an infected program is executed, a file virus gets loaded into the memory and infects all the programs running there. Jerusalem, Sunday, Clavex, and Cascade are some of the examples of program virus. Polymorphic virus. Poly means many and morph means form. The polymorphic virus spreads through spam and infected websites and has the ability to change its form each and every time it replicates. Polymorphic viruses are complex and difficult to detect as they create a modified or morphed version of an existing program. They infect the system while keeping the original code intact. It is very difficult to get rid of this type of virus. Ursnif, Warlock. Wopfers and Bagel are some of the most notorious polymorphic viruses in existence. Macrovirus or document virus. This type of virus uses the same macro language used in popular software programs such as Microsoft Word and Excel. It injects the malicious code into macros associated with spreadsheets, documents, and other data files, causing the infected program to run immediately when the file is opened. Melissa and Bablas are the examples of macrovirus. The macrovirus transmits through emails and mainly targets Microsoft Excel, Word, and PowerPoint files. Multipartite or hybrid virus. Multipartite virus infects computer system multiple times. In order to destroy it, the entire virus must be removed from the computer system. This type of virus does more damage than any other viruses by simultaneously infecting the hard drive and program files. A multipartite virus is also known as a hybrid virus. Natus, Tequila, and Emperor are some of the examples of multipartite virus. Virus attack symptoms. Following symptoms appear when a computer is virus infected. The computer runs slower than usual and takes a longer time to load programs. The programs behave erratically and the computer stops responding or hangs frequently. The computer crashes and restarts every few minutes. New files keep appearing on the system. A file with a strange name appears on the system. A computer system restarts on its own. An unusual and strange error message appears on the screen, such as "Your PC is stoned." New icons appear on the desktop. Strange graphics are displayed on the monitor. The file size or the number of files increases. Worms. A worm is a malicious program that uses the network to replicate itself. It travels from one node to another within or outside the network. A worm can replicate itself without any human interaction and does not need to attach itself to a software program to cause damage. A worm is transmitted through an attachment in spam emails. Once opened, this file can provide a link to a malicious website or automatically download the computer worm. Once it is installed, the worm starts working silently and infects the system without the knowledge of a user. Worms can modify or delete files and can even inject additional malicious software into a computer. Sometimes, the purpose of a computer worm is to replicate itself multiple times, consuming system resources such as hard disk space or bandwidth. Code Red, Scalper, and Nimda are some of the examples of computer worm. Trojan Horse. A Trojan is a destructive program that disguises itself as a useful program. The name Trojan Horse is derived from the wooden horse of Troy in Greek mythology. Users install Trojans thinking they are useful programs such as games or screensavers. The software may look normal but contains programs that corrupt the data or damage files stored in a computer. Trojan Horse can steal and pass on sensitive information like the debit or credit card numbers, passwords, and so on while performing online banking. Trojan horses, unlike viruses and worms, do not replicate themselves or replicate to other files. They get activated only when the user launches them. Backdoor, Beast, and Nuker are some examples of Trojan horses. The Mail Finder Trojan can search for email addresses in the address book of a computer system. Rootkit. The rootkit is a type of malicious program that alters the normal functioning of an operating system. The changes give the hacker full control over the victim's computer system, allowing the hacker to become a system administrator. Most toolkits are designed to hide their existence. The first malicious rootkit to attack Windows was Anti-Rootkit in 1999, but the most popular was the Sony BMG rootkit scandal. Spyware. Spyware is a program that spies on the user's computer system. It gets installed on the computer with or without the permission of the user. It records keystrokes, logging to track everything the user types on a computer and collects information about the user's activities. The information can include account numbers, credit card numbers, usernames, and passwords. It then sends the collected information back to the creator so that the creator can use the information. Spyware is mainly used to steal information. Spy Anytime and Getor are a few examples of spyware. Windows 7 provides a built-in anti-spyware known as Windows Defender that detects and removes spyware from your system. You must activate this service before using it. To start Windows Defender, click on Windows Defender in the control panel. Click on the Scan button to detect and remove spyware from your system. Adware. Adware, as the name suggests, displays advertisements while the program is running. It monitors the user's surfing activity to determine which advertisements to display to the user. It creates the user's fake profile containing information like the user's friends, travel history, purchases made, and so on. Later, that information is shared or sold to the advertisers without the user's consent. Adware looks like spyware, but it does not install software on the user's computer or record keystrokes. Adware is dangerous as it invades the privacy of a user. Fireball, Appy CRH, Getor, Dollar Revenue, Descat are the examples of adware. Sweeper. It is a malicious program used by hackers. It is a fake antivirus program that misleads people believing that it is a useful software. It is also known as rogue. Once it is downloaded in a computer system, it changes the browsing activities, system files, and so on. Steps to prevent virus. Proper security measures must be undertaken to prevent, identify, and treat viruses in a computer system or any other device like a mobile phone that has a possibility of virus attack. Some of the measures include scan and clean secondary storage devices such as CDs, pen drives, and hard disks before use, delete unwanted files from the computer system, check all email attachments and internet downloads before installing and running, back up important data to an external drive or an online cloud service like OneDrive or Dropbox so that data may be recovered if a virus deletes it. Do not install pirated software in the system. In a large network, proper authentication must be done before the user is allowed to use the computer system. Granting access by password and biometric authentication like fingerprint, retina, face, or voice recognition makes the system less vulnerable. Install antivirus software. Update regularly so that it may have the database updated for new viruses. Antivirus apps must be installed on internet-enabled devices like smartphones and tablets. It is a good practice to scan any app before installing it on a device. Install internet security software like firewalls. Antivirus software. An antivirus is a utility software used to prevent, scan, detect, and remove viruses from your computer. It can also disable and clean your computer from other types of malicious programs and alert you about the presence of viruses in your computer, if any. How does antivirus work? Antivirus acts as a silent protector in the background of your device. Every time you open a file, it quickly scans it for possible threats. This is called on-access scanning, real-time protection, and background scanning. If it does not find any similarities to the known viruses, worms, or other forms of infections, it lets the user through. AVG, Avira, Norton, Kaspersky, QuickHeal, and McAfee are some popular antivirus software used nowadays. An antivirus software may disinfect the system in one or more of the following ways. Delete. Removes the affected file by deleting it. Fix. Restores files from infected files by deleting portions of code that is containing virus. Quarantine. Moves the virus to a vault to ensure that the virus cannot execute and further affect the system. Antivirus programs usually have both automatic and manual scanning capabilities. The automatic scan checks for the files that are downloaded from the internet, disks that are inserted into the computer. It can also scan the entire hard disk drive on a regular basis. Whereas the manual scan allows you to scan individual files or the entire system when needed. Some freely available antivirus on the internet are AVG, Avast, Panda, Commodore, and many more. Importance of regular updates. Since new viruses are constantly being created by computer hackers, so antivirus programs must keep an updated database of virus types. It is also important that each computer on the network has updated antivirus software so that newly discovered viruses and their removal codes are made available to the antivirus software. Using an antivirus software. You can use any antivirus depending on the availability. Here we are using an AVG software. To work with an antivirus, follow the steps given here. Click on Start, All Programs, Quick Heal Antivirus Pro. The following window will appear. Click on the Scan button present at the bottom. The shortcut menu containing the following 5 options appears. Quick Scan to quick scan the computer. Full System Scan to scan the full computer. Custom Scan to scan the particular file or folder. Memory Scan to scan the readable and writable memory. Boot Time Scan to scan the bootable disk. Select the Quick Scan option. The scanning begins. If any virus is detected, it informs the user. It may also automatically remove the virus or quarantine it to prevent the system from further infection. Once the scan is completed, a pop-up appears as shown here.